Hi there, this is Chef Bill at the Culinary Institute of America, and as you can see, today we're outdoors in the herb garden because I wanted to do a little bit of grilling with you. And you probably are already comfortable grilling hot dogs and hamburgers, but what about oysters? Have you ever thought to grill an oyster? That's what we're going to do today. I've got some oysters here. Just a quick anatomy lesson. There's a deep side and a flat side, or a deep side and a shallow side. Make sure that when you put them onto the grill, the deep side is on the bottom so that all the juices, the liquor from the oyster, is not lost. Okay, bring them over here and just put them onto the grill. It doesn't take very long. It goes quick, so you don't need gloves or tongs. The great thing about doing it this way is that as they cook, the shell will begin to loosen, so you don't have to struggle with an oyster knife to get the hinge open and get the top shell off. Instead, you let the fire do the work. Once they're on here, I would say it's about 5 minutes, and then what I want you to look for is for the opening at the front of the oyster to grow. You want to see it first pop open and then grow a little bit more. At that point, you know that they're ready to come off the grill. Make sure you've got an oyster knife so that you can cut off the top shell and discard it, and also make sure that you've got another trick or two up your sleeve. What I have here is a really delicious herb butter. It's got butter, it's got garlic, it's got herbs right here from the herb garden. It's got some shallots in there, and I'm going to take that butter and spoon it onto the oysters while they're still hot, and it will season them and make them even richer and more delicious than they ordinarily are. The other thing I have here is a big bowl of salt. Not to season the oysters with because they're briny and delicious as they are, but I want to have a way to keep them from tipping over and losing any of that delicious garlic butter. So put them into a bowl of salt and they'll sit rock solid. If you want to speed the process along, it's as simple as closing the lid and letting the heat build up. We've got probably another 3 minutes. So you can see this one just popped, the one in the back as well. The little clue that you'll get up front is that they begin to steam and bubble a little bit. Move them to a cooler part of the grill. Don't let them sit over the heat after they're open. All right, these things are starting to pop. Here's one that I'm going to bring over. They're going to be hot, so be careful. I'm going to take my oyster knife, look inside, free it from the top shell, and then just twist that top shell off. Again, try to preserve as much of that liquor as you can. If you've got asbestos chef hands, you don't even need the tongs. I'm going to dab on, while they're nice and hot, a little bit of herb butter. You know, this can be to your taste. If you like Tabasco on oysters or lemon, you can put lemon and Tabasco in here. I like garlic and herbs. Probably makes sense that as they get ready, you carry on shucking. Maybe this is a great two-person job. If you've ever struggled opening an oyster, you've got to recognize how easy it is to take them, put them on the grill. One little tip I'll share: if you can have oysters that have a nice smooth bottom so they sit level, that's a great idea. But grilling oysters does not have to be hard. In fact, it is so much easier than trying to open oysters raw and serve them that way. Try this the next time you have the grill fired up, and I can guarantee you'll have a new favorite appetizer.